What is up, everybody? 49's Fine, back at you again today with another precious metals video. And today I wanted to talk about something that I was kind of thinking about over the past week that I've been gone away from YouTube, and that is that us, the common people, small business owners, we all want our money to survive. We don't want inflation to keep making the dollar weaker and weaker, and yet it is, given our financial system, the way that it's built, the rampant printing, the ridiculous spending, it's getting inflated anyways. But I was thinking about this. I mean, we know what that means for us, the common people, but what does it mean for the big corporations? What does it mean for the elites that own this country? Are they worried about the dollar crashing as well? I'm here today to kind of make a little bit of a conspiracy. I doubt I'm the first person to come up with this conspiracy, but I think maybe, just maybe, the people that own this country want the dollar to crash. Let's talk about it. A huge thank you to our community members. Thank you guys very, very much for being part of the finest. Let me preface this video by stating this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions based upon that. All right, let's get into it. Also, please like and subscribe. I would love for you to join the channel. So the American people, we have to work for our money. We have to give our best hours of our day. We wake up, we commit our energy and our focus and our time to earning the dollar. The issue is the dollar is losing value every single second of every single day. And what we see are assets like silver, gold, land, real estate. The prices for those assets are going higher, 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 and higher. Unfortunately, us common people, we can't purchase assets at a rate that some of these huge corporations can, some of these multi-millionaires and billionaires can. BlackRock is buying up single-family homes in record numbers all across the country, and they've been doing it for a couple of years now. There's a reason for that. There's a direct reason for that. Number one, they want to, make a bunch of profit, but number two is assets transcend inflation. A house is only going to become more valuable as time goes on. There's a lot of expensive materials that were put into that house to build it. There's a bunch of labor put into that house to build it, and it offers so much utility, it can become a home for a family. So it's probably the best investment you could ever make, and they don't grow on trees. A lot has to be done for a new house to be built. And these large corporations are eating up these assets. They're buying up the land. They're buying up the real estate. They're building new real estate. And us common people simply cannot keep up with that. Even those of us that are making, 100 or 150 grand a year that we would consider somebody like that very, very well off. They're doing very, very well for themselves, which they are. But even those people in the top 5% of income, they can't even purchase assets at the rate that these huge corporations can. And I kind of have a little bit of a feeling that this is just the conspiracy side of me. It's not backed by any type of hardcore research or anything. I'm just kind of looking at the world and kind of coming to this conclusion myself. So I could be totally wrong. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys think that I'm just going off the walls here saying nonsense, or if you kind of think that this might be true. But what I'm trying to say is that I think potentially that these corporations, these millionaires, multimillionaires, and billionaires that own the assets in this country, I kind of think that they want the dollar to crash, because if it did, their assets are only going to skyrocket, number one, and whenever our currency is debased and a new currency comes around, it's not going to make a difference for these ultra rich parties and corporations because they already own all the existing assets that existed before the US dollar was debased. The assets they own will perfectly translate over to the new system of currency. Whether that's a new paper dollar or whether it's a digital currency doesn't matter. They don't care because they own the tangible assets that have the most value and utility. That's why I'm such a huge promoter of tangible assets, tangibility. It's because it's undeniable. You can feel the brick that builds your house, that surrounds your house. You can feel the dirt beneath your feet whenever you own a piece of land. You can feel the weight of a piece of silver, and it's undeniable. And these elites that own this country, they own all these tangible assets, so they don't really give a damn about what the dollar does because they don't have their money sitting in cash. They don't have their money sitting inside of a transactional unit because, as we all know, the dollar is not supposed to be considered wealth. It's not supposed to be considered a store of value, despite what we're taught in schools, what we're programmed to think. It's not a store of value. All it is a hyper liquid unit of transaction. That's all it is. It's supposed to pay the bills and it's supposed to buy assets. Unfortunately, people like us can't always afford to pick up land. We can't buy 100 acres every other week. We can't buy a new apartment complex. We can't buy a new house every month like these huge corporations can. And that's why I think that they kind of want the dollar to crash because it only helps them more. The poorer we get, the less buying power we have, the more control the elites of this country have over the market. And I think that they don't care if the people get bankrupted. And I think that this is all going to plan. You know, this is all a part of the plan. And they have their assets purchased accordingly. So I don't think they really have much of a worry in the world. That's another reason why tangible assets are so incredibly important. Leaving just a bunch of unused cash in the bank, in my personal opinion, not financial advice, leaving a bunch of unused cash in the bank is a terrible idea. As long as it's not a part of your emergency fund, your 3 to 6 month emergency fund, I think it's much better to move it into something tangible, something real, something that transcends time, inflation, economic events like silver and gold. We can't buy a whole bunch of land all the time. We can't buy a bunch of real estate all the time. But you know what we can buy? We can buy little things like this. Little things like this that have been around since the beginning of time that God gave us. That's our advantage. Silver and gold is for the people. This is our way to buy back our own control. That's why I desperately want stacking to become common knowledge in American culture. I want it to be normal to own silver and gold. I want it to be normal that people are buying, a couple ounces every single paycheck. I want that to be normal. I want to see new coin shops starting to pop up in every single town in America simply because of the market growing. That's what I want to see so bad, because ultimately this is one of the only ways to realistically buy back control, because we can't afford to buy land all the time. We can't afford to buy real estate all the time. But we can afford 1 ounce of silver each paycheck. Anyways, guys, that's kind of just what I was thinking about today. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Keep stacking. Stay safe out there. Peace.